Hey, I'm here with Roger Gonzales from Dead in 60. Welcome, Roger.
Thanks for having me.
So, Dead in 60 is a podcast, blog, a vlog.
It's a little bit of everything.
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So, tell us about the name Dead in 60.
Um, Originally came from Brad, the Hebe. Basically, just kind of talking about our own mortality, saying that, probably within 60 years, the average lifespan of a male for where we were at the time, we'd most likely be dead and kind of being like, what are we doing with ourselves? So it came from that of us just being like, we'll be dead in 60 years. Let's go do something. And then we kind of happened to take cameras along with us through that.
A lot of people like you guys because you seem real to them. And I think maybe that's because you're not trying to be this high quality, overly produced. I mean, not that you're not high quality.
Wow.
But I mean, it's very
We not want to
grassroots.
be. We're like high quality. Don't do that. Yeah, I mean, we're ourselves on it, and like for some of us, our backgrounds, like Brendan, who was with us a lot at the beginning. Background was in film. He went to Fresno State for that. Same with myself. I went to school for film and television production. But with the way that we go out and shoot things, we're out running around, and we don't. It's not. We're not filming like skits or anything during those times for those types of things. So yeah, it's a little more organic, and it's just us being us and kind of being the goofballs that we are.
For the podcast section of Dead in 60, what's the average length of an episode?
We try to make it about at least an hour.
Okay.
Some go a little bit shorter. Mike Oz did make us go for 3 hours, and it got cut down to like an hour and a half. But
Oh my
that's
goodness.
the longest one that we've ever done.
And you guys just seem to have a lot of fun, no matter who your guests are or what you're talking about. Aside from the arguing, you sound like you're having a good time.
We don't go in with any like, here's our agenda of what we're going to ask this person, or trying to do any hard hitting questions. Such as, and like when we label the episodes, we call them shooting the shit. Sorry, now beep. We call them that because it's just us talking to them. Like we'll of course kind of want to ask a couple things about what there is going on, like when we had you on. But from there, it's just kind of like us just talking about what's going on and our views on things. We have no real set format or anything like that. It's just our regular conversation and us letting people in on it, for better or for worse.
What's been your most popular episode?
Two of them. So Mike Oz's, his is probably one of the more downloaded ones, and also Yvonne from Tits and Giggles blog.
Oh, okay.
Hers is also probably up there in the top. But those two they continue getting downloads. So
Really?
yeah,
So I need to have Mike and Yvonne on.
they drop people in.
How does it feel now to be a year down, like a year into this whole thing? Do you feel like you kind of know what you're doing?
uh, it feels like, okay, how do we evolve it instead of just doing the same thing? And we're like, okay, this is what's worked for us. This is what's safe. It's how do we make it evolve and do something different with it so that it doesn't get boring or it doesn't get repetitive. So we're always trying to kind of challenge ourselves too, and just kind of like, what else can we do and how else can we help out other people with what we're doing? And so a year in, I think it's more ambiguous than ever because now we're like, what do we do next? And how do we do it? So I don't know what the next year holds, and it makes us challenge ourselves.
Do you have any last Dead in 60 words for us?
Get out and do something, you'll be dead in 60 years.